to another episode of Chrischievious. Welcome to the round with the Gneisenau. We have a 5 through 7 match today, and really, it's the German ship German battleship line. God, English is not my strong suit today. Look, we're gonna do some German battleship line today, and frankly, it's a great line. It's a lot of fun. They are very strong in their secondaries. They have decent guns. Their armor is very low on the belt, and it's just an overall fun ship. The Gneisenau in particular has torpedoes on it, which is unique to the rest of the battleships at this tier. Now, why are we here? Why are we watching this? Because something to understand about most Gneisenau's, most German battleships for that matter, is they are very, very secondary heavy. This is their strength, this is their build, this is what their commander skills will be focused on, and that is why my anti-aircraft is so much better than what this carrier thinks, and why I'm eating all of his planes. Give me more. Look, this is how to not make friends with a carrier very early in a game. I sent multiple over going. Okay, that kind of sucked a little bit, but I'll take care of those torpedoes. He went after the destroyer that was sitting over off to the east, and I took 1 or 2 planes, and he got upset, and so he sent the rest of them at me. So, what do? Well, there's a couple of things to do. First, you mitigate damage. In case this is not familiar to you, the best thing to do is if you have the risk of having more dots, flooding, a fire, something placed onto you to do damage over time, it's good to hang on to your repair party until you are safe from having to do those, because those will just take you down. And any of that damage that happens, whether it be fire or flood, I believe flood, I guess I don't actually know. Fire for sure is all repairable from the battleship side of things. And, ooh, I'm gonna get it. I didn't get it. So because of that, it's best to let damage run its course if you have the opportunity to stay away from any big damaging shots, and then you can just repair it afterward. Now, what does this mean for you as an offensive player? As an offensive player, that means that if you see somebody that is on fire and they repair right away, or you can tell that all their fires magically disappeared, then maybe it's time to set them on fire again. And then you'll get a lot more damage from the dots here. I'm explaining this because, foreshadowing, maybe I didn't do something so smart here today, and maybe it kind of caused me some problems, but it's okay. I decided to fire at that battleship that's sitting over there because he's broadside and he's going to shoot at me anyway, so I'm going to keep an angle, head towards him, give him my bow, and then keep moving forward. But as a Gneisenau, I guess I didn't really explain this, the best thing to handle as an overall strategy for your German battleships is you hold everyone at a distance until finally it's time to move in, and then they are strong at close quarters. Apart from that, if you can keep that mid-range equation out of it, where the American battleships are the strongest, that's where German battleships are going to be the weakest, because you aren't as accurate with your guns, you don't have your secondaries working for you. It's just best to avoid all of that. Now, I just had that second fire placed on me, so I repaired, because I think, hey, I've managed to get away from my damage here. It was the 2 fires, that guy is moving the way, that British battleship, so I should be okay. Well, maybe I made a mistake by upsetting that carrier player a little bit earlier. Well, that's a good thing I have amazing AA though, right? Come at me! Come at me, bro! No! Okay, that's pretty bad. So, got 3 fires, and no repair, and torpedo bombers also, I'm sure, because he's upset with me, and guys coming around the corner, and now I'm broadside. So, maybe I should just quit. Here, that's a solid plan, right? No. Fortunately, I do have a mitigating fire damage flag that is placed, which I really try to have on all my battleships because of the dots that you want to avoid. Now, while we're talking about dots, while we're talking about carriers, what about the carrier? The carrier, for those of you that don't play carriers, because some people don't, and that's fine. If you are attacking with torpedo bombers, you are going to be attacking from the broadside. If you are using the dive bombers, you're going to attack from the front or the back. You're a lot more likely to be accurate, as well as you're less likely to have the anti-aircraft guns focused on your planes because they're on your broadsides. They don't have as much of a range or access to shoot down those planes. So that means you as a battleship, when you are facing these planes, if you have dive bombers coming your way, you want to make sure to present your broadside the best that you can so that they are less accurate, so that there is more of a chance to shoot those planes down. And if you can even manually attack them, if you have the boost for it, the commander skill, then you'll also set them into a pseudo panic mode that'll help with their inaccuracies, them being the planes, because English. As far as the torpedo bombers go, you have to kind of watch where they're coming from. If you can anticipate where their angle is going to be, then that's what you want to do. You might need to take a hard turn, which the best way to take a hard turn is by slowing and turning and not just hitting A or D. Ooh, here come my Citadel. I'm gonna get it. Nope. God damn it. Okay, well, I guess I just need to live then, right? Now, as we were talking about earlier, the damage that happens from the fire can all be repaired. That's what we're doing right now. I just had the first batch go through. I did put on my premium health thing, premium repair, premium whatever. I get health a lot. I have 4 of them instead of 3, and really that's gonna save my butt here, because I went through one already and I'm going to have room for repair for another one. But if you see, there's a gray section that pops up on my life, and that's the amount that you will gain if you use the repair party. So if you don't see that gray space in there, that means that you won't gain any health if you use your consumable for that. So make sure to kind of hide away from that. Now, I've been very lucky to have a very efficient team. I can't say that I'm helping a lot right now, except for pissing off a carrier and having him send all his planes at me, and that's fine. That's fine. At least I'm doing something from really far away. But I do see the carrier, and I'm a little bitter. So let's get a couple shots off on him and hope that revenge is sweet. But the fact is that we're pretty safe for the most part, as far as a game is concerned. Sucks to suck. And so because we're pretty safe as a game, I'm able to charge forward. I'm going to head towards the point, but I can also see that we have some battleships that are working their way over on the west side, and I want to try and battle with them and help them out and get these pot shots off along the way. Again, I'm just bitter. It's okay. Okay, the destroyer over there should be able to handle that situation just fine, but I am gonna take one more shot at him because I want the kill and I'm greedy and I should be focusing on the battleships over there, and that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm gonna turn that way. We're gonna start focusing our attention over there because they're also going to see me and they're gonna recognize me as an issue because I'm just gonna come in and brawl with them. Try and get a couple of shots over the mountain here, but I'm also going to present still my bow in case they decided to start shooting at me. Oh, as a carrier, right before you die, you are able to send out what I like to call death planes. And these death planes can be sent onto a target just before you die. So this is, I'm sure, what he's doing. He sent them out to me, even though he knows he's about to die. So I'm going to send out these shots and try and kill him. But that means that the orders are still in place after the carrier goes out. So these bombers are set on me. The carrier is gone. It means that he can't do any manual drops on me, so they won't be as damaging or as accurate, but they'll still happen. Now watch me turn to a hard right to give my broadside to take out as many planes as I can. It's also going to give them a panic. that's why they entirely miss on the second volley that they have here. But remember the death planes I'm talking about? Those torpedo bombers are heading for me. You can tell because they're heading straight for me, and the best thing that I can do is just focus on this battleship over here, but recognizing that the torpedo planes are there, they're not very accurate unless they're manually dropped. So we're going to take a hard left turn, which will make the torpedoes drop sooner, which will make my turning radius smaller, and then I'll be able to present my broadside to take out more planes along the way. Took out 2. Torpedoes in the water, not very accurate. Take out the rest of the planes. We're in good shape. So, now all I've got to worry about is this guy right here. And there's all the ships in the world here. This isn't a difficult match, and I was lucky to be with a good team. So, I'm just going to present my broadside because now this is a battling session, and it's a brawl between me and him. I'm going to get into range with my secondaries going off, just like these. Here, listen to them. Sorry, I thought it was funny. So, let's finish this round out. The American way. Okay, that wasn't very American, but hey. That was the Gneisenau. I know it's very brief, but it's a overview of the secondaries and how the Gneisenau works, and that your aircraft increases with your secondary build. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was short. Thanks for watching. This is Chrischievious, and I'll see you for the next Warships Wednesday. Hey, hey!